Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of What's on Your Mind with Josh Kaju. So this past week on my Instagram and Twitter accounts, I ran a really elaborate scientific study where I asked the question of, do you have a plan in place for those days where you just don't feel like doing something but know that you should? And though I wouldn't consider the results reliable or valid, I do want to share them with you today. 33% of the population who responded had said no, they don't have a plan in place. And my initial reaction was, well, why not? Why don't they have a plan in place? What are they doing? And then I took a step back and I said to myself, well, maybe they just don't know how. And that's what I want to get into today with you guys. And I want to do that through the concept called inverse thinking. How many of you have ever tried to change a behavior or set new goals for yourself and been really excited, really motivated, can't wait to get started, create these elaborate plans, if I do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to get done what I need to get done, and I'm going to have success. I know I have, and I think it's really helpful to do those things. But the concept of inverse thinking is the exact opposite of that. It's thinking through what are potential ways that I'm going to fail along the way? What are challenges I'm going to face? How would this go wrong? And yes, I know it seems counterintuitive to think about failures and think about how to not have success. But I think if we spend some time at the beginning of the process doing this, it's actually going to lead to less failures along the way and more success. And isn't that what we want? So I have an exercise for you guys to do. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to make 3 columns. On the left column, we're going to write down all the potential failures or ways that we can fail along the way. So maybe it's not getting enough sleep, eating the wrong foods, whatever habit it is that you're trying to create, think about the failures that you're going to face along the way. And I understand that there's going to be a lot of things that we just don't know are going to come up. Do your best. Write down as much as you possibly can. In the middle column, I want you to write down, I'm going to ... So for each failure, you're going to have an I'm going to ... This is setting you up for that response. And then in the right column, that's where we're going to jot down, well, what am I going to do? So if I don't get enough sleep, that's a failure. I'm going to take a 10-minute nap. I'm going to make sure I get enough sleep tonight. A failure might be, well, I ate a whole pizza on Sunday night. Okay, I'm going to, on Monday, make sure I get back on track. I'm going to drink a glass of water. I'm going to eat 5 servings of vegetables. All really important things to consider. Go through your list, think about I'm going to, and come up with an answer for each one. If you get stuck on any answers to put in the right column, I'll give you a few right now. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have positive self-talk. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to have a glass of water. There's a few right there. If you have any other questions or thoughts about that, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk about those things. But I think just taking the time to write these things out, thinking through inversely, setting goals, thinking through that concept, that's ultimately going to lead to more success. And that's going to give you that plan in place that you're looking for. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. That's what I have for you guys this week, the concept of inverse thinking. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you back here next week.